my YouTube friends, and welcome back to my channel. It is Evie here, and today's video is going to be the very last gym goal update of 2023. So the December update, the quarterly update, already at this point, which is crazy. Like, I literally feel like just last month it was January and I was putting these goals together, and now it is December and I'm talking about the end of it. Being able to record my progress throughout this year, I've been able to see how strong I really am. So that's been really exciting to put some goals down and really action them in the gym. So if you are interested in watching this video, please make sure you keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and let's get into it. There's 8 different exercises that I'm going to be talking about, and I'll talk you through what I started with and what it was through each quarter and what I ended with. So the first exercise I'm going to talk about is deadlifts. So I had a goal of 80 kilos. In January, I started on 60 kilos. March was 70, June was 75, and September was 82.5 kilos. And I ended up on 82.5 kilos for December, but I did have a 1 rep max of 85 kilos. With me, I like to do 3. Once I'm able to do 3 or more reps, that's when I count it as a new PR, but I just wanted to add in that I was able to do the 1 rep max of 85 kilos. So deadlifts is something that I really wanted to progress in. I just always see people deadlifting and I'm like, I really just want to be able to deadlift a lot of weight. But you really have to make sure that your form is on point when you're doing these, because if your form isn't good, like on point, you can really put a lot of pressure in your back, and we really don't want lower back pain. So you really want to make sure you're engaging your core and just making sure your form is good, because when I did that 85 rep max, as soon as I got up, like I got it up, but as soon as I dropped the weight, I knew I stuffed something up, and I have a bit of back pain at the moment, which I'm really trying to be mindful of. And I did take 5 days off the gym to try and just recover. It's still a bit sore. I did ruin my back a couple years ago, and I'm kind of experiencing the same pain. So I'm just really trying not to be upset about it, because it did take me about a year to get to where I am now with no pain. So I'm probably going to have to make another trip to the physio to see what we can do about it. But anyways, that's enough on that. So that was deadlifts. The next exercise we have is hip thrust. So I had a yearly goal of 120 kilos. January I was at 80. March it was 115. And June was when I exceeded the goal and I hit 125 kilos. And that's kind of what I ended up with. So I kind of stopped there with the 125. I really didn't want to go heavier. And because I just feel like once you go too heavy on an exercise, I just feel like I'm just not feeling it anymore. And I just want to make sure that I'm able to isolate the movement, because I feel like with compound movements, you're doing those movements to really hit like with the hip thrust with your glutes and sometimes your quads and your hamstrings. It can really be like an overall movement for your lower body. But I just feel like once it gets too heavy, I'm just not feeling this where I want to feel it. So I have just like dropped down my weights, but I did hit the goal. Next we have leg press. So I started, my yearly goal was 100. January I hit 80 kilos. March I exceeded it at 110. And then in June I exceeded again at 120. And September I exceeded again at 125. And that's what I ended in December again, 125. Really, really happy with my leg press progress. I don't think I really want to go any heavier with these, but I just feel like the leg press is such a great machine, and I really love it for my quads. It's really great, really love it. I was scared of it at first because I didn't want to accidentally arch my back in the seat and then have the weight, on my lower back. But I've been really good engaging my core, and yeah, just being able to really go hard on that leg press. Next we have the hack squat. I love this machine so much. I know not all gyms have this machine, but if you have this machine, you will love it. I hate, with a capital H, hate barbell back squats. I took that out of my programming because I just hate it so much. I just feel like I couldn't progress very much. I couldn't really go that deep, and I was just over it. And if there's an exercise that you feel like you need to do, or you feel like you really want, or like you have it in your program and you see it and you literally just want to just take it out. You don't have to do barbell squats, okay? There's other exercises that are able to hit those muscle groups. But anyways, hack squat, great machine, bloody love it. So I had a goal of 60 kilos, which was a bit adventurous. So January, I hit 25, March 35, June and September, I did get stuck on 40 kilos. I feel like I just hit like a bit of a plateau with it, but I was able to hit I was able to hit 50 kilos, which I think is pretty good. If you have tried the hack squat machine before, you know that this machine is so hard to like stack weights up on it. So I feel like 50 kilos, I'm actually really happy with that. And I don't really actually think I want to go any heavier. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with the hack squat machine. Love it so much. So if your gym has it, make sure you give it a go. The next exercise we have is Romanian deadlifts. So I had a goal of 60 kilos. January, I hit 40, March, I hit 50, June again, I was stuck at 50, and September, I got stuck at 52.5 kilos. Adding on those baby weights honestly makes the biggest difference. If you have the 1.25s and you feel like you can't really go to the 2.5 or the 5 kilo, honestly, whacking those baby weights on makes the biggest difference. But I did manage to hit the 60 kilo mark, so I'm really, really happy with that one. So yeah, I feel like I'm really making great progress with a lot of these compound movements. I'm able to hit those goals, and these are the movements where you want to put at the start of your gym routine, or like your whatever days you have, because these are the movements that are going to exert the most amount of energy, which is why you kind of want to put them at the start. Next, we have military press. So this is one that I added in about halfway through the year. So I made myself a goal of 45 kilos. So I didn't have it for January, March. In June, I hit 30, and September and December is the same at 32.5 kilos. I feel like 45 kilos again was a bit adventurous, because having the barbell and having it over your head is just, it's so hard. And sometimes I have to like bend my knees to like give myself the push, but that is no longer a military press if you're losing your legs. I'm pretty sure it's just called a push press, or it's called something else if you include your legs into it. But it is a great shoulder movement, so I definitely still want to continue seeing how I go, hopefully hit 35 kilos next year. Next, we have bent over rows. Again, this one I added in halfway through the year. I set myself a goal of 50 kilos. In June, I was at 40 kilos, and September and December the same at 42.5 kilos. So again, just adding on those baby weights, making a really big difference. And I just feel like with bent over rows, I feel like I could hit 50 kilos next year, but we'll see how it goes. And the very last exercise is pull-ups. So I have gained a bit of weight, and prior, like when I was like at my lowest weight, which was I was honestly quite unhealthy at that point, like with my food intake, my relationship with food was not good. I was always fatigued. But anyways, when I was about 47 kilos, I was able, because I was lighter, I was able to pull myself up more, and I was able to hit 16. I have not been able to hit 16 ever since I've gained some weight. And honestly, I'm really happy with my weight at the moment. I feel like I'm much healthier, I have more energy and etc. But I did put myself a goal of 20. Not really sure what I was thinking. But this one was, again, put myself in halfway through. So June was at 12. September was at 14. So I was very, very close. But in December, I only was able to put 13. I was only able to do 13. But honestly, I'm really happy with still being able to do 13. Like, just being able to do 1 is such an amazing thing. And I just feel like females in the gym are really taking over, and I'm just seeing like so many more women in the gym being strong, and I just love to see it. The very last thing I set myself was being able to do a muscle up. If you don't know what a muscle up is, it's when you're in the pull-up position and you swing yourself up and then you're on top of the bar. And I have been practicing like 3-4 times a week, even with the resistance band. Like, that's what I've been wanting to do, just at least one with the resistance band. And I just keep getting stuck at the top. But I have found myself throughout this month, I'm getting that little bit higher, and I'm now like just like at the bar level. And these bruises is because of muscle ups and hitting the bar. So I am getting a bit closer. I think I just need to practice some movements more. So just being able to do tricep dips, really just practicing that turn. So what I have been doing is grabbing a barbell and like the hooks, and I've been putting it like at a lower level, and I've just been practicing doing the whatever that movement is. But yeah, I just really want to be able to do a muscle up. I just really want to be able to do calisthenics as well. I feel like just being able to use your own body weight to do handstands and muscle ups and pull ups, I just feel like that is something I really want to practice more in 2024. Now, speaking of 2024 and all these movements, I will no longer be lifting as heavy because I really don't want to injure myself again, which I kind of have, but I'm hoping it's not going to be as long as the last time I injured myself. So instead, I'm going to be doing more hypertrophy training. Hypertrophy training is when you are doing less weights but more reps, and you're like exhausting your muscles at like an 80 to 85% instead of strength training, which focuses on using about 95% of your energy. So like, for example, when people are doing deadlifts and they're doing a 1 rep max, that's only 1 repetition at like 95 to 100%, like you're using all that energy. Instead, I want to be doing deadlifts probably at like the 60 to 70 kilo mark, being able to do more reps. So just like according to Google, for example, hypertrophy training focuses mostly developing on your muscles. You're focused on increasing the size of your muscle fibers, developing large muscles in areas that you work out the most. So that's what I want, more muscle definition. And when you're strength training and only doing that 1 rep, you're only doing 1. Like you're not going to be able to gain much muscle with just doing 1 rep like 4 times. And for the first time, I'm now going to be following a program. So I did buy the cuts program from Natasha Ocean. It was 20% off, so I got it for like $63 AUD. I just did a day 1 today, which was a dynamic full body, and it was honestly so much fun trying something new. I was getting a bit sick of doing the same thing over and over and over again for like the last year. So being able to switch it up has honestly just been so much fun. And this program obviously is called CUT because it focuses on losing fat, which is what I'm focusing on at the moment. I'm currently in a fat loss phase, so really excited to see how I feel after this 12-week program. And with her stuff, you only purchase it once and you can keep doing it as many times as you want. So it's not a subscription service that you just have to keep paying for. So I really like that you just have it once and it's forever with you. So I'm really excited for that. So yeah, next year, just focusing on less weight, more reps, because I really just don't want to injure myself. I don't want to do that again. And just trying something new with calisthenics. Hopefully I'll come back and I'll be like, I've done a muscle up. So that is my biggest goal for next year. Just 1 muscle up, even if I do it with an assisted band. That's what I want. So that brings me to the end of this video, the final quarterly gym goal update of 2023 already at this point. I'm very excited with the goals that I did hit, and some of them I exceeded. Some of them didn't hit, but honestly not too fast. And I'm excited to see how I progress in the gym in 2024. So without anything else to say, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment and subscribe. Any sort of engagement helps my baby channel out so much. And yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are. Just remember that one bad day isn't a setback and tomorrow can always be better. Bye guys.